G'day guys, welcome to another video. This one is, now you gotta stick with my, okay, yes, I'm doing all my my voiceovers in the one night, and yes, my voice is giving me grief, but this is something that I sort of had in my head, and I wanted to see if I could get these pens that I'm using are the ANKO paint markers. They're the Kmart brand ones. They're kind of pastel colours. I wouldn't necessarily say they're 100% pastel. They're not really, but they say they are, but there's a couple in there that are pretty dark. But anyway, I decided what I wanted to do. I drew a line with a lead pencil straight through the centre with my T-square ruler. And now this is where my quirky little brain was going this morning I'd been up since like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was scrapping these pages. This was my last one. I knew it was going to be my quick one. Yes, you might say this is mixed media, but I personally think it's so easy it's not really even mixed media. If you don't have paint pens like this, you could just use paint. You could use ink. You could use re-inkers. You could use... what else could you use? Now my brain's... You could use watercolour. You could use watercolour ink. You know, your brush pens. The ones... I know there's a few different brands of them. I think Vicky Burton's got some. I've got the Creative Place ones from Aldi, which are dirt cheap. I think you can even get... Maybe you can get some from Kmart as well. I'm not sure. But... See, you can see what I'm doing there. All I'm doing is putting the paint along the line and then trying to get a bit of a puddle going, and then I just drag it with the old credit card. That's it. That's all I'm doing. It's not difficult. It's not... There's no super technique to it. I'm purposely making sure that it doesn't drag all the way off the page though. Now, this is where my brain was going with this, and when I bring in the next stage to it, I'll explain what I was actually going for in this layout. So at the moment, it just looks like I've drawn halfway line along, you know, I've done the pencil line. It looks really simple at this point, okay? I did end up going back in and adding a bit more. I thought if I had have put the paint marker further up like this, that it would have left a dot, but it didn't. So if this is something that you want to do, these pens, if you're looking for a cheap art supply, these from Kmart, now that was my Posca paint pen. Don't try and do that. That did not work. Did not, with a capital D. I didn't really want to do it with my Posca paint pens, but I had to go and retrieve my MARTE ones from Jen. See now that, see the difference? So MARTE are just so juicy compared to the ANKO ones, but that's okay. I actually realised that I quite liked the look of the metallic rather than the pastel. We all know that I like bright colours, but I sort of thought that I would run with a pastel tone, but then that didn't really work for me. I needed it to go nice and bright. So you can see what I'm doing here. Once you could do this layout in like 10 minutes if you used a juicier art supply. The hardest and longest part of this, honestly, was trying to use the ANKO ones. They are fine. Those pens are fine as long as you're just sort of drawing with them. But to do this technique, you sort of needed a juicier pen. So, you know, you do you. If you want to give it a crack, it just takes a bit more patience. I think the hard thing for me is, though, because I'm recording it and I'm very conscious of how valuable your time is, and I try to be very mindful not to drag things out unnecessarily just for minutes of views or whatever. Okay, now can you see when I flipped that on its side, I realized that I needed a little bit of black because this is where it comes together. Now, I want to explain to you what I'm actually doing. sometimes my brain goes a bit quirky, so stick with me. I had a photo, and I've got this photo, and it was taken. We sort of took about 5 or 6 of these in a run. You know how you get a run of photos, right? Anyway, so I wanted to. I stopped very quickly there. I was going to put some white over it, and I stopped because that's just stop. Now, what I decided to do, I trimmed it down, but what I'm actually angling at here, tell me if you get this or if you don't. If you've got an arty brain like mine, it sometimes goes in weird places. So, as you can see, I'm just running the gold metallic marker around the outside edge just to give me a metallic edge around the white section, just so it sits up a little bit from, I didn't want to distress it and go all crazy with it. So then I found I had this washi tape. I bought this ages ago, multicolours. Once I put this across the centre, you can see the two of the colour joining the black. Now, the photo that I'm scrapping is of Taylor sitting on one side of her bed and Gizmo on the other side of her bed. Little Giz was doing everything he possibly could to try and get up on this double bed, right? And this is when they had just moved into the big room with the big bed. Okay, can see it there. Now, he doesn't like going under the bed, so we sort of make a bit of an ongoing joke that it's dark and it's spooky under the bed, but it's bright and fun and happy on top of the bed. So I sort of thought I'd have a bit of a play with that with colour on a layout. So as you can see, it's dark under the line and it's bright and bubbly above the line. So there you go. That's where my brain was going. So that's what I did. Let me know. Do you see it? Do you get it? Did it translate well? Didn't it? I decided to go around the edge of the photo mat with the same dots, just for cohesiveness. I think sometimes if you do something like this and you come in with stamps and you come in with texture paste and you come in with all the extra, I think it loses the simplicity of it. And sometimes, and I do mention this, mention it more than once, you got to know when to stop. I don't always know when to stop. Sometimes I stop well, and sometimes I should have stopped 15 steps earlier, basically. So as you can see, that's my basic layout. I'm not really going down the path of trying to create lots of textures. I think just by the way that the paint has dragged up and down, it gives you a very, I think this is something that anybody, I'm not even kidding when I say anybody could do this. And if you do end up doing a layout like this, scrap lifting it, whatever you like, please share it. Come over to the Facebook group and share it, because we love, everyone over there is so nice. And I know that I'm working now, and I know that I'm, 5 days a week I'm out of the house and blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't mean that we can't share stuff. I'm always available outside of my work hours. I'm available, and especially after, so once I get my kids home and after training and work and all that sort of bizzo, once all that's said and done, I am here. I can chat. I can, I think that's the one thing that I'm probably missing the most about going back to work, the fact that I don't get to speak to you all as much as I was really enjoying all of my chit chats and shares and all that sort of stuff. And I know it's just a point of, I just got to get over myself. It's life. But I miss it. So I ended up using the thickers from the SUGARPLUM Wishes collection, and I went ahead. I've literally pulled out my my last, this is my last dregs out of this bottle. I know it's 99 cents. I get it, guys. I know it's cheap. But guess what? I will always use things till the last little dregs that I can possibly pull out of it. I think it needed the splatters. I think the splatters really helped make the colours pop. So here it is, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you get the under the bed, over the bed thing? Does it translate? Did I lose you? Did I lose the plot? Let me know what you think. Don't forget, all the links to the socials, etc. are in the description below, along with my link to buy me a coffee if you'd like to support the channel. Alternatively, leave me a comment, like, thumbs up, all that sort of stuff. It helps the channel and it helps the videos get noticed by other people that are looking for similar content. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll chat to you soon. Bye for now.